AI is changing the creative industries forever. Actors and content creators are using AI to replace themselves or even come back from the dead. AI-generated songs are topping the music charts, and AI avatars are even delivering speeches to world leaders in Switzerland. Now, this is happening so fast that you might not even realize some of the ways AI is seeping into reality. We're going to go through 15 real examples of how AI is affecting creative industries right now. Now, this ranges from the quietly useful all the way through to the genuinely disturbing. And I'll tell you up front now, one of those examples is hidden inside this video itself. But we'll get to that later. If you're new here, I'm AI Samson. Old 4x3 TV footage looked fine on a 1980s CRT. On a modern 65-inch 4K screen, it looks completely broken. Not because the footage degraded, but because the screens got better and the footage didn't. It means that some of the greatest cinema from previous eras cannot be truly enjoyed. But now, AI restoration tools can now analyze the footage frame by frame and actually synthesize new pixels that were never there. They're not stretching or cropping, but they're predicting what would have been in the shot when applied to a 16:9 frame. When applied to this old footage, we can not only add more detail and turn black and white footage into color, but we can also extend it from 4:3 into 16:9 widescreen. Now, some interesting applications that you could do with this is that you could take old, out of copyright footage and upscale it, extend it, and colorize it, and then you could release these or create this as an offering to others, either to gain an audience or to earn some income. You could also take any old family footage from your own archives and restore them as gifts for loved ones. This is particularly moving for those in older generations who are trying to remember parts of their past to be able to see them in new ways. Now, the idea there is putting old things back together. But what happens if we take this further and try to use old influences to create entirely new media? For example, Val Kilmer lost his voice to throat cancer in 2014. And when Top Gun Maverick needed him back as Iceman, instead of writing him out, the filmmakers partnered with a London-based startup Sonatic. They fed hours of Kilmer's archival recordings into a neural network that literally learned to speak like him. They generated over 40 different voice models and picked the best one. Kilmer's daughter confirmed they were able to dub him with his own voice. It's such a technical feat. Now, at the time, this might have felt like a one-off miracle for a beloved actor. Now, 3 years later, the exact same technology is consumer grade and available to everyone. And I will now even play you a small clip of my own AI voice generated via 11 Labs. Hello, this is the AI generated voice of Samson. As you can hear, it does a disturbingly good job of recreating his tonal inflections, dramatic pauses, and whatever this accent situation is. But what's even more interesting is where we take this further. Because using Suno, you can actually create a recording of our own voice and use it to create music. And here is my voice creating beautiful songs.
You lit up my screen, then you stayed in my chest. You asked me my name like you really know the rest.
Now, we'll explain how to make a perfect AI video for this later. Now, that was voice, and voice is remarkable, but what we of course need is visuals. And faces are where it starts to get quite strange. Now, one example is the ability to translate individuals' voices into other languages whilst maintaining their vocal performance. What does that mean? It means that you can record a video and then have it regenerated in multiple languages whilst maintaining the exact personality and vocal delivery of the AI. Now, to demonstrate how this works, I want to show you a clip of Vladimir Putin speaking in English. And what this demonstrates is how he may well sound if he spoke in English. And you'll notice that he is speaking in English and the lip movements have been precisely rendered to showcase him.
Universal, indivisible character of security is expressed as the basic principle that security for one is security for all.
Now, there are tools that we can use to do this ourselves, including HeyGen, which allows us to create content and repurpose it in multiple languages at once. But what I really want to show you is about what we can do with music in this regard. In November 2025, an AI-generated country artist called Breaking Rust topped Billboard's country digital song sales chart with Walk My Walk. The creator has never publicly revealed their identity. Breaking Rust has 2.2 million monthly Spotify listeners, 41,000 Instagram followers, and a verified Spotify profile. The fans, they have absolutely no idea. Not a novelty, a signed artist. And they're competing on the same charts as working human musicians who have spent decades building their careers. And what do we think about this? Do let me know in the comments, because it is the sign of things to come. Now, 2025 was the first year an AI song hit the Billboard charts, but it will certainly not be the last. I suppose the question might be, when will there be a point where there will be no human songs on a Billboard chart? But that's with music. Let's move on to video and see what people are creating with AI video. And one of the most interesting applications is what content creators are doing with AI. Now, the first is Julia McCoy, and she has a AI avatar running her YouTube channel. In December 2024, using HeyGen for the visual and 11 Labs for the voice, she spent 25 hours training the data. On the first video, she revealed at the end that it was her AI clone, and watch time spiked. People rewatched the whole thing looking for the seams. Then in early 2025, she was hospitalized. Doctors couldn't diagnose her, and she nearly died. And she had no choice but to hand the channel to her avatar entirely. The avatar carried the channel through her recovery, and by 2025, 250,000 subscribers and 2 million monthly views, with a clone appearing on Dr. Phil, delivering a keynote to world leaders in Switzerland. Dr. McCoy now handles 5 income streams and generates over $250,000 a month. Julia is fully transparent about it on every video. Her audience knows, and they watch anyway. Now, HeyGen's custom avatar builder is available for anyone. And with about 2 minutes of clean, well-lit footage of yourself, you can create your very own AI avatar. Now, the market-leading voice generator is from 11 Labs, and they allow you to professionally clone your own voice. Now, here is a bit of a reveal for myself, as I had mentioned earlier. This video uses my real voice. I am explaining all of this to you with my real face and throat. But the video that you're watching is actually my AI avatar from HeyGen. And what I've done is I've taken my real voice and I've used it to apply it to the video. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I've taken a short trip away for a dancing retreat holiday, and I wanted to still create a video for you. And so do let me know. Firstly, did you notice up until now? And secondly, how do you feel about this? Not only ethically, but also from the experience. I would love to know. Now, Julia has been transparent about this, and I also wanted to be completely open with you about how I'm using AI. But what happens when someone uses the same tools and doesn't tell you? And that's where things start to get uncomfortable. It's late 2025, and a catchy house track called I Run by Haven entered the Spotify US and global top 50. Fans loved it. Then someone noticed there was no female vocalist attached to the project. A TikTok investigation video got 300,000 likes, and Georgia Smith publicly confirmed she wasn't on it. A comment attributed to the producer. They used AI to give our original vocals a female tone. The track had 13 million streams before Spotify pulled it for violating their AI voice cloning policy. The creator now claims the vocals are fully human, processed to sound feminine using AI-assisted tools. Nobody can agree on what that even means, because nobody could tell. Now, the question here is that 13 million people streamed a song, and nobody knew if it was real or not. But what does this mean? Well, it means that we can be creating AI content that can have a mass appeal to wide-ranging audiences. And another example of this is this 15-second video from Wedgie. It's entirely AI generated, and it's amassed over 100 million views in just a week. This proves that audiences are ready to receive AI content. But the legal and ethical issues are only getting more foggy. Now, remember in 2021, Bruce Willis gave permission to the deepfake company Deepfakes to use his likeness in a series of Russian telecom ads for Megaphone. They trained an AI on 34,000 images of Willis from when he was in his 30s and 40s, and then superimposed his face onto a body. Willis never visited a set. He never was part of this. Now, Why this is particularly pertinent is because he has been diagnosed with a disease in 2022, and this has affected his ability to act and even communicate. And the question became urgent. What happens to a digital likeness when the person can no longer consent? Now, did Bruce Willis willingly consent to this? Willis's team denied selling his rights. Deepfakes said he gave consent for the ads, but can't sell rights he owns by default. The legal conversation that started with this one Russian phone ad is still unresolved. And it's the conversation that every Hollywood contract is now trying to navigate. So what do you think? Should we be able to bring back actors from the dead? Could we bring back Heath Ledger, or Sean Connery, or even Robin Williams? These beloved actors who were gone too soon and had so much to offer. Now, one thing that you may be aware of is that there are a number of famous individuals who have AI-generated content on YouTube without their permission. And one of the most common is Alan Watts. So he was a British philosopher who created a number of inspiring speeches. And now people are recreating content of his with AI. Of course, he is dead and cannot give permission to this. But it's actually becoming harder and harder to even find his original speeches on YouTube without being led to AI versions. Now, here's an example of one of those.
The question that we have to decide whether to take life seriously or not. That is to say, whether the plot is comic or tragic. And if it's tragic, you see, must we say that it's ultimately tragic?
And some of these AI-generated speeches are getting hundreds of thousands of views. Now, another interesting way that AI is being used to create effects in movies is de-aging characters. Now, this can be specifically good if you're having flashbacks in a film. An example of these two characters, both actively de-aged to be 20 years younger. And you can see that it's getting pretty good. Now, this can lead to some interesting effects, even having Eminem dancing with his younger self. But that's not all, because there are a number of other instances of this. Chester Bennington died in 2017. He was the lead singer of Linkin Park, and in 2023, they released Lost, a track recorded in 2002 that never made the final Meteora album. Now, they needed a music video for this. The problem was that there was no new footage of Chester available. So the solution, original anime art by two artists, which was then fed into Kyber AI and applied to archival footage of the band, transforming real Linkin Park footage into anime in Chester's style. The result was nominated for Best Rock Video at the 2023 MTV VMAs, and 102 million people watched it on YouTube. Now, this isn't AI replacing a human in this instance. It's actually completing something that could never have been finished otherwise. Now, if you're curious how to do some of this yourself, I would love to introduce you to today's sponsor. And I'm going to show you how you can create AI music and then use that to create an entirely bespoke AI video with your own likeness in minutes.
With trembling hands and hope.
I made this entire music video with only VidMuse in 20 minutes. I did it all in one with absolutely no editing. Let me show you exactly how I did it. VidMuse is a place where we can create complex music videos for our generations. You can think of VidMuse as your personal creative supplier. Its goal isn't to replace you, but to inspire your ideas, help bring your creativity to life, and co-create with you. All you have to do is come to VidMuse, upload a Suno link or your own MP3, ask for the type of music video that you're looking for, and it will go ahead and generate an entire piece based on that input. And we can write, help me create a video for this track in a synthwave style. We then have the option to select from the aspect ratio, 16:9 or 9:16, depending on if you want landscape or portrait orientation. We can also select the resolution, either 720p or 1080p, and also the VidMuse model. And I suggest their latest 2.0 model. Now we can go ahead and press create. And what's great about this is it will now go ahead and start to create a concept. It will then give you an overview of exactly what it thinks would be a good direction. And you can either ask for changes or go ahead and confirm the visual direction. Now what's great about this is that we can at any point change our mind and take things in a different direction. So I might actually ask it to create it in a West Coast mirror singing style and use this man as the main character. I think I can upload an image of myself. And you can see now that we get out 3 options for the creative direction. It will also recommend which one it thinks is the most suitable. We can go ahead and select that. Now you'll see that it comes up with the visual direction for you. Describe this: synthwave, West Coast nocturnal, neon noir. Now VidMuse is doing a lot of interesting things in the background. Breaks down the entire song and analyzes it in different ways. And you can check out exactly what it's doing by opening up these behind the scenes drop downs. Now, one thing that it does is that it goes through the song and breaks it down into verses and the chorus and identifying the meaning behind the lyrics so it can create some very apt visuals. Now, at some point, it will bring together all of the visual design and you'll see it slowly start to generate, and you'll see it start to generate the characters, the props, the locations in our desktop. Now, you'll see that there will be your main character also identified, which is me. I'll give you a little description of who you are. Now, what's great about this process is that at any point, if we have a change of mind, we can simply stop the process and insert our new visual direction. Now, these are great. Let's just take a look at this location, this beautiful laundromat. Now, once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and generate it. But if you're feeling like something doesn't quite fit, like perhaps I don't like this very symmetrical composition of this city scene, I can go ahead and change the prompt and generate that. Now, you have the option of selecting a number of different AI image models. They have Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana 2, Nano Banana 1, Seedream, and GPT Image 2, as well as a number of other models which you can try out. Now, generally, I like to use Nano Banana Pro or Images 2. Now, we can also see that I've been generated with my nice leather jacket on. Now, once we're happy with all of this, we can go ahead and affirm. It will go ahead and render out all of these scenes for us, keeping perfect character consistency and maintaining a wonderful timing with the song. Now, once you get that out, you can also use the editor inside of VidMuse, and you can trim and rearrange your clips, adjusting speed and audio control for different segments. Now, what's great about this is you can do it all inside VidMuse, and you don't need to leave and start editing inside another tool. And this is how my video turned out.
We built the bright machines with trembling hands and hope, gave them our names to learn, gave them.
Now, you can try this out yourself for free, and the link is in the description below. Now, you can also use VidMuse not just for music videos, but also for product videos and advertising. And if you do want to upgrade, you can start off with their monthly plan, which is $39 per month. And that gives you 4,000 monthly credits, as well as access to all the latest AI image and video models. Now, big thanks to VidMuse for sponsoring this segment of the video. What's changed isn't that AI has become good enough to fool you. What's changed is that the question of what's real and creative work has become genuinely open. Audiences are showing that they can consume AI-generated media. And it's opening up a whole host of possibilities for creativity. But it's raising important ethical and moral dilemmas at the same time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then watch this one next, which is all about the implications of AI girlfriends. But most of all, I want to say thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I wish you a delightful day.
We built the bright machine.